Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I hope you are well. Today I'm recording another video to help you out in the midterm for your preparation. So let me first share my screen with you. Just give me a second. All right. I hope you can see my screen. So this is the same text that we actually wrote a summary on. Uh, it is available in the textbook at the end, the practice text 5. The title is Bridging the Digital Gender Divide, written by Nilima Jahan in 2023. The source is Delister and the link is given. All right, so we have already annotated the text and I've showed you how we can actually do the annotation, and we can write a summary and produce a reference at the end. And I also discussed the checklist for summary. Now, I focus on the second question. If you look at the screen carefully, you see that the second question is writing an opinion paragraph on the following topics. So the topic is given, which is digital gender divide can never be reduced in Bangladesh. So this is a topic which is debatable, and you can actually go for and against both possible. Today, I will show you how you can write for it. And there is a special instruction that use at least one piece of evidence from the given text with in-text citation and reference. That means you can pick up relevant evidence from any part of this text and produce it just an example or evidence or factual information. All right. However, you cannot actually pick up any point or any main idea from here as your reason. Right. So the reasons of your paragraph should be on your own, completely of your own language. So let me start the deconstruction of a paragraph. So I want to uh, show you this particular paragraph in a table. And the table will basically show you the different components and the paragraph. Some parts are highlighted, some parts are underlined. And the purpose of the component is described beside the paragraph on the right-hand side. All right. So how do we begin writing a paragraph? As you know that paragraph writing involves some steps like pre-writing. For example, we can do some brainstorming when we have a topic. The topic is digital gender divide can never be reduced in Bangladesh. So the context is Bangladesh and it is about digital gender disparity or gap or differences, in other words. So the given topic is asking to give you opinion whether you agree with this given topic or you disagree. So what you have to do is you have to present your arguments. All right, so the initial stages are brainstorming and writing an outline. All right, and in the booklet, in particular, page numbers are there where you can see the outline of an opinion-based paragraph. Let me show you. I have here some text, some examples from the booklet. For example, let me show you how to write an outline. Okay. Okay, this is a sample outline, and this is available in your booklet where in the chapter called opinion-based paragraph. All right. So this is the chapter opinion paragraph. So here, if you move on to the just next 3 pages, then you can see the rewriting different stages of writing, and you see the sample outline. And there is another sample, but I do not recommend you to follow this particular sample. Uh, just to understand the outline, you can see that we start with the topic sentence and we present our reasons and evidences, right, one after another. So altogether, with the topic sentence, we need three stated reasons and their supporting evidences. And these stated reasons should be explained in our own language. All right. So this is how we can produce the outline. And at the end, we just write a concluding sentence restating the main idea or controlling idea of the topic sentence. All right. So this is how we actually write down, plan the outline of the opinion paragraph. Anyway, I'm moving back to the topic. Our topic in the particular question was, is digital gender divide can never be reduced in Bangladesh. So see, how did I start? I started with the topic sentence, and the topic sentence, basically, if you look at carefully, I have underlined here. And what we have in the topic sentence. So usually we begin the opinion paragraph with a phrase like "in my opinion" or "from my perspective" or "according to me," "in my view," etc. All right, so you can choose your ones. And after that, we put a comma and write the topic. So see, the topic is written in bold fonts. All right, I've just included the topic from the given topic. Okay, I did not change anything. And then using a linking word like "as" or "because," I have given the opinion. This is my opinion. All right. So see, to support my claim or establish my claim, I have already written an overall, opinion of mine that the roots of gender discrimination are firmly embedded in our society. And I think that is why it is impossible to reduce, or it is difficult to reduce gender divide based on, digital, accessibility. All right, so what is the purpose of this sentence? The purpose is to state the central or main idea or controlling idea of the paragraph as an opinion. So this particular sentence has actually two components. It has the topic and it has also my opinion as a writer. All right, so when you have a piece of paragraph topic, you have to also think like this. You start with your topic and end with your opinion. And in between, you need a linking word like "as," "since," "because," etc. All right. Then if you move on, you see, I have introduced here three arguments here. And each of my argument, if you look carefully, are color-coded. So basically, uh, in the first phase part of the argument, I have the stated reason one. All right. And it started with the transition. See the transition first is the transition. So always use the stated reason with a transition. All right. And here I have my claim and reason. So see, first, the digital gender divide can never be reduced in Bangladesh is the claim here. And with "because," I have given my first stated reason, which is most of the people of our society have conservative mindset. This is my first reason. All right. So I have similar kind of idea in the text. So what I did, I actually did not just copy it from the text. I can show you the text. For example, in paragraph number 5 of the given text, I have "due to social norms, women are less likely to use technology." So this is the idea. So what I did not copy it. Rather, I tried to construct my own sentence. And I said that, I wrote that most of our people in the society have a narrow mindset, conservative mindset. All right. And about who? About women. And that's why it is difficult to actually reduce digital gender divide. So this is my first reason. All right. So I did not directly copy it from the text. Rather, I created my own sentence for stating the reason. And I have used one more sentence to elaborate it, right? I wrote down "women are viewed as inferior to their male counterparts. It is actually not written in the text directly. Rather, from my experience, I actually tried to elaborate it like that. And I wrote down, and they are often deprived of their rightful educational and economic opportunities, which makes them vulnerable in different sectors of life. So actually, it is one of the causes why women are vulnerable. So I showed that this is how digital divide is actually existing in our society. And finally, I have picked up an evidence from the text. And this text is actually, this evidence is picked up from the given text. All right. The text that I have summarized already in the previous video I have showed you. All right. So here in paragraph number 5, the writer actually highlights the limited use of technology and prejudiced belief or conservative mindset of people in the society. All right, so women's limited use and social concept or belief about them, how they are related. So this is actually discussed by the author. So what I did, I just paraphrased the idea and used this as an evidence. All right, and I cited here the author with the last name and the date of publication. And all this information will be available in the text, so you do not need to worry where you will get the information. Actually, these are the information. This information I used for citation and referencing. All right. So next, what I did, I basically paraphrased the idea of paragraph number 5 and used this as an evidence. All right, see how I did it. So you understand the structure of the argument now. All right, we start with a transition and write down the stated reason in one sentence. All right, then we explain it in another sentence. And then we paraphrase some idea of the given text and use it as an evidence and with appropriate citation, which is APS 7th edition. All right, currently we are using. And I have completed my first argument in the paragraph, in my opinion, and see how they're linked with each other. All right. So the evidence must be written in your own language, you have to remember, and you cannot actually copy the reasons directly from the text. You have to create your own reasons, write in your own language so that it doesn't match with the text verbatim, right? So now we move on to the next argument. Next argument, I used another transition furthermore, and then again gave the second reason. So I thought this is my reason. This is not available in the text. So I created my own reason. I wrote down women in Bangladesh enjoy less access to digital gadgets. All right. And I have explained how it is actually done. So parents look at, this is a familial context. Now I'm giving an example of a family. So I'm talking about familial situation. So parents from low-income families often buy phones for their male child first instead of their daughter, since they entrust an expensive device with their sons more than they do with their daughters. So this is a natural common scenario. Even in many families, this is available. All right. And I have given an example, an evidence, which is basically an anecdote. It's not my story, but I am mentioning some classmate of mine where I found that they come from a middle class family, and they had two mobile phones in the family to use. And there are many women or female members who could not actually carry the mobile phone. Only the boys or the male members were allowed. So I wrote the story in my own way, right? So this is an evidence. And girls in that family were strictly prohibited to handle the phones except in emergency situation. Unless and until they are in emergency, they are not allowed to touch the phone, right? So this is a natural and common scenario in many families, all right, where women do not enjoy that much freedom, all right, or access. So this is how I write down the second argument. And then I'm following the same pattern. I'm again giving my third argument. And here I used another transition besides. And after that, I wrote down the second, the third stated reason, which is Bangladesh being a developed country. So I'm now talking about the Bangladesh as a nation, as a country. So we have less limited resources to invest for digital empowerment of women separately. So we don't have that money that we can actually invest in women's empowerment digitally. All right, so I have just created this as a reason for, why gender discrimination in terms of digitalization is not possible to be reduced if you look at the topic. All right, so moving on. And I have written one sentence to explain that having limited budgets, I'm not focusing on the budget of our country, poor economic policies, etc. So these are the, explanation. And education and training projects often receive uneven allocation of funds for male and female candidates. So women and men do not get equal funds, all right, in education and training scenario. So what I did, I now used a personal experiences of mine. All right. So I went to a training session once and I found that actually, although this project is for women empowerment, but still the most of the success stories come from the male. That means women are intended, but not that much successful because of these poor policies. All right. So this is my example or evidence. During one of my training sessions, I found more success stories of male freelancers compared to that of female freelancers. Although the objective of the project was to empower women, more women than men, but I found the opposite. So this is my evidence. And finally, I wrote down a concluding sentence, just restating the topic sentence. So look at the topic sentence. So here I said, I wrote down that the digital divide, gender divide can never be reduced in Bangladesh as the roots of gender discrimination are firmly and very strongly embedded in our society. So just I did a restatement of this idea. So I wrote down in a different sentence, I wrote down for these reasons, I believe divide, the digital gender divide will never come to an end in Bangladesh. So what I did, I just uh, uh, restated the idea, right, in the conclusion. And I used what uh, I basically summarized all my discussions, earlier discussions in this one sentence. All right, it is similar to the topic sentence, but in terms of ideas, in terms of ideas, but in appearance, it is different, all right, from the topic sentence. And finally, I wrote down the reference. So already you know how to write a reference. We use the author's last name and put a comma. Then we put all the initials in, capital letter and put full stop. So that is how we complete the name of the author. Then we put the date in bracket, date of publication, and then the title in sentence case. It looks like a sentence, all right? So that's why sentence case. And we mention then the source, which is title case. So it looks like a title. See, the Daily Star, the T, D, and S, all are caps lock capital letters. All right. And then I mentioned the internet source. If there is an internet source available on top of the text, then you can put them. Otherwise, you do not need to put anything like internet links. All right. If both are available, then put in the reference both. Both the name of the organization or name of the journal or newspaper, and then the uh, internet link. All right. So this is the convention of writing uh, the reference. All right. So I hope you understand this. And in your booklet, page number 37, you get how to write reference and citations for external sources. So that is very important to understand and use. And this is an academic practice. All right. I hope you understand. So now let's look at the checklist. So how do I know what is my paragraph like? Is my paragraph okay or not? All right. So this is the checklist that you have to remember. So my first criteria in the checklist is, have I written a thoughtful topic sentence? All right, is it thought-provoking with a clearly expressed opinion as a controlling idea? So yes, if you look at the topic sentence, I have thought-provoking or thought-exciting topic sentence where I have an opinion that yes, the roots of gender discrimination are firmly embedded in our society. All right. Then my next criteria is, have I included three relevant stated reasons? Yes, we have. You can see here in the text, all right, in the paragraph. And with adequate explanation and evidence. Is very much clear and loud. There is no problem in understanding the concept. All right. Okay, so uh, we have a suggestion. Do not include these reasons from the supplied text. I mean, if you copy the reasons from the supplied text for summary writing, for opinion paragraph, then it is a problem because you have to understand it has got a purpose. I mean, when it is opinion paragraph, that means it is asking your opinion. You may agree, you may disagree. There is nothing to worry at all, right? So you have to give your opinions. That's the expectation. So what usually students do, they just pick up the reasons from the given essay, and it becomes it is basically, I mean, the reasons then become the writers, I mean, the external source that you get, that writer's ideas, that is not your ideas. So you actually violate the expectation, or you do not meet the expectation, and that actually can even you can get poor marks for that. All right. And you cannot expect good marks if you just pick up some ideas from the given essay. All right, you can pick up ideas, but to use them as evidence, not as reasons. All right. So be careful, otherwise it will be plagiarism and you might get a zero. Even it is possible to get a zero if you write like this. So the next criteria uh, is one of the evidence borrowed from the external and credible source and written using your own language. All right. So you have to write whatever, even if you take an evidence, it should be paraphrased or rephrased in your own language. And you should use appropriate citations. And remember, quotation is not allowed. Do not quote, because if you quote, you have to put a page number also. And page numbers are not available in the text and in the, I mean, author's information. So don't ever try to quote any piece of sentence or text. Rather, try to rephrase them in your own language and use appropriate citation. Write the last name of the author or authors and the date in bracket when you cite someone. Then the next criteria is, have I cited the author with last name and date? Yes, this is the norm of APS 7th edition. So already you have seen that in the first reason, in the after the first reason, I have cited the author with last name and date of publication. All right, then it is also important. If you cite someone, you always need to give a reference. So this is the reference of the cited work. All right, so give a full reference. So this is important. Already I have discussed how to give a reference, right? This is very, very important. If you cite someone, you must give a reference. The next criteria is, have I maintained the unity of the paragraph by writing relevant ideas in the body of the paragraph, linking with the topic sentence. So whatever you write in the paragraph, remember all sentences should be connected with the topic sentence, the main idea here. Okay, so you have to connect with that. Otherwise, your paragraph will lose unity. So I have written no irrelevant sentence. So that's why my paragraph has got unity. So the next criteria is, did I maintain coherence by using appropriate transitions? Yes, I have used a few. For example, I used to start the first reason I have used first, then I used furthermore, then I used besides. So these are the transitions that I have used to show that three reasons I have for this paragraph. Okay. So you have to also maintain coherence with transition and using, uh, pronouns sometimes to refer to earlier people, places, or content. Then the next criteria is, have I restated the controlling idea of the topic sentence in the concluding sentence? Yes, I have showed you that the last sentence is just a restatement of the first sentence. So I did it well. All right, and I wrote a different sentence. So they should not be copy of each other. Right? So you should write a different sentence in the last part of the paragraph, and it's just a restatement of the main idea. So the next criteria is, have I maintained, written all the different kinds of sentences, simple, complex, compound? Yes, I maintained that. And have I used good range of vocab? Yes, I have used quite a good number of vocabs, which are both high frequent C and low frequency words. So there are variations. So there is no monotony in the paragraph in terms of words and sentences. So we can say this is, uh, well-written paragraph, very short, brief, but well-structured, right? So you have to try in this manner when you get a paragraph. So my suggestion is do not copy from the text, rather try to produce a paragraph on your own and give equal amount of time for writing a paragraph. If you spend most of your time in summary writing, then you have less time. So in that case, many students actually copy directly from the text. So which actually is a reason for getting poor grades. So you should have equal emphasis because both the questions have equal numbers, 10 plus 10, right? So you should give equal emphasis. So this is what I had to say. So thank you very much for your time. And I hope you understood the writing process of the opinion paragraph. And if you have any question, you can ask me on Slack. All right. So I'll post it soon. Thank you very much.